Hey there, we're Nigel and Sue, and these are our adventures.
And in this episode, we're in the beautiful Litchfield National Park.
Yoo! We are travelling around Australia in our self-converted 4x4 Sprinter van, and in this video we're going to show you our top things to do in Litchfield National Park. We came here last year on a short fly-in trip to Darwin, but we were in this tiny hire car, so we were really looking forward to coming back with the van. Litchfield has some amazing highlights, and we enjoyed biking out to the Lost City, hiking to waterfalls, and we even had to dodge a major bushfire, which was kind of scary. Subscribe to our channel and join us as we visit the highlights and also the hidden gems of this beautiful country. So we've just entered into Litchfield National Park and we're making our way to our campsite. So we are staying in National Park campsites for the next couple of nights. This morning our plan is to head to the Lost City. Now this is a 10-kilometre, supposedly a rough road. Now because we do have the shocks and the dodgy tyre that needs replacing on the van, we've elected not to drive the van in and we're going to go in on the bikes today. So we've just parked up here. We're at the entrance to the Lost City. As you can see on the next signs, it says 4-wheel drive only. And I mean, the road here looks fine, just looks like a gravel road, but it might turn out to be a 1-lane road and we won't be able to turn around as we get further down. So rather than chance it on what looks like a fine road, we're going to take the bikes. It's going to be an adventure.
Like riding a bike, just you and I down a long back road, your brown hair blowing in the wind like it did that day and all those teenage summer nights. When I love you, you love me too. It was so easy, still get that feeling. When our eyes meet, I can hop back on our love life. Like riding a bike, like riding a bike.
So we've changed our bike shoes for runners, or in Nigel's case, thongs, and now we're going for a walk through the Lost City.
Jandals, mate. Jandals.
Jandals.
Oh.
Bloody Kiwis. Yeah, so in my runners and Nigel's jandals, we're now going for a wander through the Lost City. The Lost City is a collection of freestanding sandstone pillars and outcrops that have been formed over millions of years due to weathering, water and floods during the wet season, and winds wearing the rocks away. We felt like Indiana Jones and really let our inner child run free as we explored and climbed amongst these stones.
There we go. That 40.
So we met these guys in this van down at the Lost City. It's a 2-wheel drive van and they've gotten it almost all the way.
Like riding a bike, like riding a bike.
How was that?
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, the first 7 and the last 7, not so fun.
No.
Particularly when you've got Got the most considerate drivers screaming past you at 1,000,000 miles an hour, kicking up dust and stones, but
Some people hate cyclists.
oh, then look, maybe they just forget that we, can't breathe in dust. But we could have got the van in there on good tyres. Oh well.
We've just arrived back at the campsite with the van from the bike ride that we did today out to the Lost City. And on the way in, we noticed there was quite a bit of smoke. And when we got here, the ranger came to tell us that they're about to go and do a back burn because, can you see it over here? This big fire, which unfortunately is heading our way. They have warned us that it will be fairly smoky for the next few hours and maybe into this evening. Now there's a helicopter flying over. The good news is that it appears that the smoke is all heading over that way, so it's not coming towards us, which is great news. So where we're staying today is at the Florence Falls. It's called the old four-wheel drive campsite. Apparently it used to be four-wheel drive only in here, but now it's sealed all the way. Numbered campsites, book online, $12 per person. They have showers here. That being said, now we're going to go with our brand new pool noodle down to Florence Falls, have a swim. So it's just a short 700 metres walk down to the falls and the plunge pool. 1.4 kilometres return. We did this walk yesterday. It's just nice and flat. It's actually paved most of the way. So if you just drive in and stay at the day car park, you have to come down all these stairs to get to the waterfall and the plunge pool, which of course means climbing all the way back up them once you've had your swim. There's a great view of the waterfalls from the top of the stairs though, and last year we watched a couple of guys jump right from the top. Crazy. So when we get back to the campsite, we'll show you a little secret car park where you don't have to go up and down those stairs to come to the Florence Falls plunge pool. Florence Falls is a popular swimming spot and does get quite crowded. It's nice to have a safe swimming hole walking distance from the campsite though. Nigel also enjoyed jumping off the rocks, but I'm glad he only went from the lower levels. As you may recall, I don't like getting bitten by fish. I've had a quick swim and now I'm out watching Nigel getting bitten. So our top tip if you're coming to Florence Falls is to come into the four-wheel drive car park and come and park in this day parking only. And this trail at the end of the car park leads you directly to the plunge pool at the bottom of the falls without having to go down and then back up those steps. It's only a small car park, so it tends to get fairly full, but it is worth checking out. Today we are taking a walk up to the Tjaetaba Falls along the Green Ant Creek, and we're going to be passing through two different habitats, through the savanna woodland and also through the monsoon forest. There are quite a few mozzies along this trail, so the key is to keep walking.
So this shows the sharp contrast as we move from the monsoon forest into the savanna woodlands. Clear demarcation line. Nuts.
It's just so amazing walking along here and seeing on one side of the path one completely different habitat to the other side of the path. When we got back into the van to drive to the campsite, we noticed another bushfire. Arriving at the campsite at Wangi Falls, we could see that the fire was quite close, and we began to see and hear firefighting planes flying overhead with their sirens blaring. As a commercial helicopter pilot, Nigel has worked on firefighting jobs for a few seasons, so I asked him the obvious question about how they get the water into the planes or helicopters. I'm finding this super exciting. Nigel, it's like another day at the office. Because he's done so much of this work, but I'm like, can we please walk up to the top of the waterfall and watch them? Okay, Nigel, so if the planes have the water in their belly, how do they get the water in there?
So the planes land, there'll be an airstrip around here, and then there'll be a water tanker, and they just pump the water in the top.
Unlike the helicopter that has, what do you call it?
You can either have buckets, go to the nearest river or temporary tank, or in my case I was flying ones with they affectionately call it donkey dick, a snorkel, and you basically suck out of any suitable water source.
So they could go to the water hole at the bottom of Wangi Falls.
Well, they could. Well, we could do if there weren't a whole bunch of people there swimming.
Wanting a better view of the action, we decided to walk up the ridge to see what we could see. We're currently walking up this steep path, which we did this walk last year, leads up to the top of Wangi Falls, but we figured, from remembering the views from last year, this might be a good spot to watch the fire. We'll see how we go. It's steep and we're kind of rushing.
A lot of noise, not a lot of action.
We had planes flying right overhead and even saw them dropping their water loads in the distance.
There he goes.
There he goes.
He's there.
Yeah. It was quite exciting and just a little bit scary. What if the wind changed and that fire came towards us? Friends, that was a bit of excitement for us. We hope that we were able to show you some of what we can see. It's pretty crazy being up here and looking out across this entire fire. So we're now down at the waterfall at Wangi Falls, and we've just had the camp host come up and have a chat to us because they're considering closing the road. Well, it is closed in one direction to Bachelor, and they're considering closing the road out to the north as well, which means we're going to be stuck in here. But look where we're stuck. And just over there, there's a little spa pool. We're going to go over, take the GoPro over and show you guys that, and it's really spectacular.
Right, come on.
I haven't really spoken about this before, but I'm actually quite scared of dark open water. The pool noodle gives me that little bit of extra security.
Right, so we're going out to, there's like a spa pool over there.
Let's go to the waterfall first.
Waterfall first, righto.
We had to scramble up this cliff to get into the spa pool, which we didn't film because there was a whole bunch of kids there.
I lost the goggles, Jenny.
Oh, that's a nice shower.
Yeah. Right. Never scored them. Those two guys found my goggles.
Well, it's now the end of the day. It's been quite eventful today. We're just sitting here outside the van, enjoying a beer.
Chin chin.
So, update on the fire. Still going.
They've been fighting in the same one for 2 days now. And The road is closed to the south. The road to the north is also closed.
Is it?
Could well be, yeah. The police were looking at closing it.
Oh dear.
In which case it was either make a run for it or stay. So we've stayed, and we'll see what happens in the morning. Could be worse places to be though.
So the smoke is making the sunset really incredible. But I do think the smoke is starting to come this way, which is a bit of a concern. Good morning, friends. It's 7:30 and today is our last day, we hope, in Litchfield. The big question is, will the road be open? And today we're going to do the last of the hikes here in Litchfield and visit the last of the swimming holes that we're checking out on this trip, and that's the Cascades.
It's assuming, of course, that the police don't stop us, but the road closure, we really don't know.
So the walk that we're going to do today is a loop. So we're starting from here in the car park and going to make our way along towards the river, and then we're going to do the upper Cascades first. So we're going to take this part of the loop here till we get to the upper Cascades, and then from there we're going to make our way down the river past the Curtain Falls and down to the lower Cascades and then back. So the loop is 3.3 kilometres, 2 hours. We shall see about that.
Okay, something's off.
It's a bit of a climb. So as we come down the hill now, we're starting to see the Cascades. You can definitely hear the water.
How beautiful is this place?
We've just had a really incredible swim here in the upper Cascades. There's so many cool little water holes. So we're going to continue walking down via the Cascades to get back down to the lower pools. We've walked down now between the upper Cascades and we're down to the big waterfall, which is called Curtain Falls. And from here we're going to rejoin the trail. It's just been beautiful, like the colour of the rocks and the water, just spectacular. So let's go have a look at this waterfall.
And then we arrived here.
This section of the trail is really exciting. It's pretty much a rock scramble down the waterfall. And now we're down, we're back into the monsoon forest and walking back along the path, even though the path is still a little bit boggy. We've left the Cascades and we both agree that was one of the best hikes that we've done. Nigel, thoughts?
Yeah, I've just been raving about it. Hands down, one of the best smaller hikes that we've done. That was just epic. I loved it.
Definitely for us it was the highlight of Litchfield National Park, and we hope you've enjoyed this video. Join us next time when we head to Nightmaluk National Park for Edith Falls, the beautiful Butterfly Gorge and the spectacular Catherine River Gorge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.